Today, let's talk about death. Is it scary? Are you scared of death? What if it was not your life but that of your family and children? Will your attitude be different? Imagine a weighing scale. If on one side we place our day-to-day living and on the other we place our life itself, the heartbeat that keeps us alive, which one would we value more? To be able to breathe and be alive, or be able to live in this exact same way as we have always done? It's such a paradox. We scrambled after masks and sanitizers as if our life depended on it. Yet we cannot bring ourselves to stay home, to stay away from others, even when it means saving thousands of lives. Right now, we are witnessing history, COVID-19 pandemic. It is once in a lifetime, once in 100 years kind of a crisis. The kind of event that children will study about in future. In Italy, the situation is said to be worse than the world wars that they have ever survived. Yet, we are asked to make the smallest of changes. We grumble, we complain, we disobey. Yes, as a global citizen, we are entitled to certain rights. But we also have our duties as a citizen, as a resident, as a family member, and as a human. First and foremost, we need to keep our ideologies, our politics, and our differences aside and accept that death does not discriminate, nor does illness. But right now, this life or death scenario is not even about the number of expected fatalities. Sure, in majority of the population, in say 80%, the coronavirus comes and goes with mild to moderate symptoms. But the reality is that for rest, this means hospital care. They require checkups, medical management, hospitalizations, follow-up checkups. For some, critical care. It might be 1 in 5 people, but when that is every 5th person out of the million, it becomes a staggering figure. Do we really have the capacity, material, infrastructure, and resources to cater to these hundreds and thousands of critically ill patients all at once? The sad answer is no. Therefore, each and every one of us has a role to play in making sure we stop the chain with us. Listen to all the governments who have begun to survive the crisis, China, South Korea. Listen to the governments who are struggling in a race against time to gain some control as thousands die. Yes, we have already begun our fight. But this war needs more foot soldiers. Each of you, each of us can make a choice to join the fight by staying at home as much as we can, working from home whenever, how much ever possible, washing hands frequently with soap, using a hand sanitizer if available, maintaining physical distance from others, whether at work or outside or home, obeying all the instructions offered by the healthcare experts and the governments with trust, learning all the do's and don'ts, most importantly, learning the whys and passing this awareness on to others, keeping track of your own health, identifying the possible symptoms and getting in touch with the health centers in the prescribed protocols, self-quarantining at homes, in isolation, away from even home. Perhaps we are more used to blaming and criticizing than acknowledging our role in any situation. We expect others, often our governments, to solve everything for our addictions, to our attitudes and our behaviors. For once, let's expect equal action and responsibility from ourselves too. This is not the first time in history that such a pandemic has attacked the world, and it certainly won't be the last. Learn from history. Learn from the lessons all around us. Let's all make a united yet individual choice to be responsible, to be there in spirit for each other, for our families and our societies. Come, be on the right side of the history.